All right, first and foremost, I want to give all the honors and the praises and all the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahabashai, Bahasham, Bahavakar Kwadash. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, his son's name is Yahabashai, in who I reverence, and honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, very few, brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days. All right. This lesson is going to be some interesting. I want to do two topics while I'm out here. I'm going to start off the first one with a little bit of encouragement. This lesson is going to be called "There is light at the end of the tunnel." Right? There is light at the end of the tunnel. Right? We're experiencing a bit of darkness. We're surrounded by darkness, but there is light at the end of that tunnel. Let's go to Micah 7, right? And I like to switch places, so I'm not going to be here for too long, Lord willing. We switch places, right? Because the witches, you got a bunch of witches and occultists that can think they can circle you and do some just the demonic shit. But you know what? That doesn't really matter anyway, because the elect are protected by Yahweh Shai. But let's go to Micah 7 and jump straight to verse. Where should we start? Where should we start? Go to verse 7. Therefore, right, I will look unto the Lord Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and I will wait for the power of my salvation. So we're looking unto the Lord Yahweh Shai, right? We're not really looking unto men upon earth. We're looking unto Yahweh Shai. I will wait. That word for wait is patience. I will wait for the power of my salvation. So we have to be wait. This is a patience thing. It's a patience game, right? For the power of my, who's the power of our salvation? Yahweh Shai. And it says, Baba Kashar, check this out. My power will hear me. And we got to have faith in that. If you've been in this truth longer than a year, you have to have faith that your power hears you. Who's your power? Yahweh Shai. Okay. My power will hear me. Right? Key thing. Verse 8. Rejoice not against me, O my enemy, when I fall. I shall arise. Key thing. I shall arise. Right? When I sit in darkness. So even when brothers fall in this truth, just know if you're off the part of the elect, the Lord's going to get you back on your feet. Though a man falleth 7 times, he get back up. So the Lord's going to get you right back up. Right? And when I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. So even in the darkest moments, it's still a light unto you. Right? Yahweh Shai. Think about this. Verse 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. So what are we doing now? We're bearing that indignation, which is that righteous anger of Yahweh Shai. Why? Because of our transgressions. That's why. Right? Because I have sinned against him. Until he plead my cause. It says until he pleads your cause. So we have to suffer the little indignation that we have to deal with. Until Yahweh Shai pleads our cause. Right? And execute judgment for me. So he's going to execute judgment for what? His elect. Those that are justified. That's who he's ready executing judgment for. Okay. So it says we have to bear this indignation. Right? Until we execute judgment for me. And he will bring me forth to the light. Right? Remember what this lesson's called. Right? There's light at the end of the tunnel. And I shall behold his righteousness. So the elect are actually going to see Yahweh Shai and behold his righteousness. Right? Verse 10, that then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is thy Lord Yahweh, thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mare of the streets. You brothers that may have been rejected when you were younger, you wanted to go out with a particular beautiful woman, or you didn't have the right trainers, you didn't have the right dress code, or whoever, right? But it says she that is my enemy shall see it. Because this is what you're going to learn as well. A lot of the women of our nation, not all, but a lot of the women of our nation, they take heed to the serpent. They take heed to what Esau, the so-called white man, tells them. And they go against their own man, just like Eve. So even there was a lesson to be learned there, right? When Eve followed that serpent. This is a big learning curve. What we're going through on earth, it's a massive learning curve on how not to live, right? So we've experienced wickedness, right? Both sides, right? Now we've experienced wickedness. Now we can appreciate righteousness much more, much more, because you've experienced that side, right? So you know. So now you've experienced righteousness. So you want to do the right thing. But it's hard when you're living in a wicked world full of sin to do the right thing. Okay. Lord, when this is edifying. I haven't got nothing written down. I'm just flowing with the Spirit. Right? Hold on just a minute. Alright, come on. This is Ecclesiasticus. Alright? And it is going to get to this point. I will thank thee, O Lord Yahweh Shai. This is Ecclesiastes 51. A prayer of Yahweh Shai, the son of Sirach. I will thank thee, O Lord Yahweh Shai, and King, and praise thee, O power, my Savior. I do give thee praise unto thy name. Verse 2. For thou art my defender and my helper. So Yahweh has been a defender for us and a helper, and has preserved my body, right? But take care of yourself. No, it's Yahweh that takes care of us, right? Not us ourselves, it's him, right? For thou art my defender and helper, and has preserved my body from destruction and from the snare of the slanderous tongue. Because, bro, this slanderous tongue's coming up against us. Who can defend you from that? Yahweh Shai. And it says, and from the lips that forgeth lies, and has been mine helper against my adversaries. So, Yahweh Shai has what? Hid us from that snare of what? The slanderous tongue. And you know what the devil is? The devil is a slanderer. And from the lips that forgeth lies. You do know there's being lies forged about us. You do know that, right? And that's another thing. That's another topic. And from the lips that forgeth lies, and has been mine helper against my adversaries. Bro, if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai, I don't know how I would have got through all these situations if it wasn't for him. That has delivered me according to the multitude of thy mercies and greatness of thy name, from the teeth of them that were ready to devour me, right? And out of the hands of such as sought after my life. Yeah, witches, warlocks, wicked men, wicked Pharisees. And it says, and from the manifold afflictions which I had, from the choking of fire on every side, and from the midst of the fire which I kindled not, from the depth of the belly of hell, from the unclean tongue, and from lying words. The unclean tongue would be what? Witches and warlocks. And they're dealing with what? Unclean spirits. Okay? And from lying words. Right? Lying words. Because that's what the devil is. Right? Deceiver. Copycat leader. And it says, Babakashah. And by accusation to the king from an unrighteous tongue. Right? My soul drew near, even unto death. My life was near to the hell beneath. They come past me on every side. Bro, this is so scriptural. This is so realistic. They come past me on every side. Right? And that's why you got people that are on every single side, every single house, every single car, waiting for you. Just you. And there was no man to help me. I looked for the succor of men, but there was none. Then I thought upon the mercy, O Lord, upon the acts of old, how to deliver such as wait for thee. Okay? And it says, and save them out of the hand of their enemies. Then lifted up I my supplication from the earth, and prayed for deliverance from death, and called upon the Lord Jehoshai, the Father of my Lord, but he would not leave me in the days of my trouble and in the time of the proud, when there was no help. I will praise thy name continually, and I will sing praise with thanksgiving. And so my prayer was heard. For thou savest me from destruction, delivers me from the evil time. Therefore I would I give thanks and praise thee. Bless the name of the Lord, Yahweh Sham, Yahweh Shai. Right? So always keep this in mind. There is hope for the elect. Now those that don't have faith, that want to be faithless, well, are these of our people, are they still going to be in the kingdom? Yeah, but they're going to be in shame. They're going to be in shame for a little while, because they did not want to get right. Okay, but the elect on the other side, there's a righteous reward for them. Okay. Keep that in mind. A righteous reward, right? Which they're gonna have. Okay. In real time. Excuse me just a minute, Baba Kishar. Let me just pause this. Slack about that. Yeah, like I said, we kind of in this truth now, learning new tactics. Sometimes you gotta move things up, especially where I am, because I know what's going on now. Excuse me just a minute. Because I know what certain individuals are doing, you like to just switch up the tactics and move around. It's good that you see what's behind you, what's in front of you, what's on your left, what's on your right. Because as I said, yeah, there's a lot of wicked individuals that got spirits upon them, right? Wicked ass spirits upon them. But anyway, bear me just a minute. So where was we? We just finished off Ecclesiastes, and now let's go to Psalms. Baba Kashar, a very powerful prayer. And have you noticed as well, the elect will just be growing. Have you noticed the elect are constantly growing? Have you noticed anytime someone tries to speak evil upon your life, it's just like Yahweh uses that for us to grow more, add more, add more. So it doesn't really matter what goes on. If you're of the elect, Yahweh's gonna make it where you come through. You come through, man. Let me just a minute. Psalms 91. Psalms 91. Check this out. Powerful prayer. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Right? Abide. We want to abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. What's that secret place? You do know the secret place is this wisdom. Right? This word is a shadow. It's a covering. It's a tabernacle. It's an altar. It's a courtroom. You ever felt like when you're on the highways and byways, that's like a spiritual courtroom, right? And why do you think some people run past, some people walk past, some people feel condemned? Because it's like a spiritual courtroom when you're setting up camp, right? As there's a spiritual courtroom in what? The heavens, right? And I will say of the Lord Jehovah, He is my refuge, my fortress, right? My power, in Him will I trust. So we got to continue to trust Yahweh Shai. He's our fortress. What's a fortress? A castle, right? Fortifications that you can run into. In Him will I trust. We got to continue to trust in Yahweh Shai. Verse 3, surely He will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler. And guess what a fowler is? A fowler is one who lays traps for birds. So you have those that are really, well, you know Esau. What was Esau known as? Esau was known as a cunning hunter. Okay? Esau was known as a cunning hunter. right? So when one's a cunning hunter, they deal with what? Cunning craft. They know where to set traps, all these things. Don't be surprised if Esau's put up cameras, if he's put up cameras in the woods. You brothers are doing videos in the woods or wherever. Don't be surprised if he's put up cameras in there. This man is crafty. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. His whole thing is to lay traps, lay snares, right? But it says, I was delivered from the snare of the fowler. So he lays traps, cameras, he does the whole nine, right? And it says, and from the noise and pestilence, he shall cover thee with his fetters. Them fetters represent the angels, by the way. And under his wings shall thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Right? And it says, Baba Kasha, nor for the pestilence, key thing, nor for the pestilence that walketh, right? Walketh in the darkness, nor for destruction that wasteth at noonday. So when all these things happen, and it says, verse 7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, 1,000, right? We're going to fall at thy side. Because we're going to see a lot of things happening. Jacob's trouble, right? And 10,000 at thy right hand. But it shall not come nigh to thee. Because what? Your house is going to make sure you have that hedge. It's going to make sure you're protected, right? And it says, Baba Kasha, for he shall give his angels, right, charge. I'm moving too fast. It says, only with the eye shall behold and see the reward of the wicked. So you're also going to get to see that. Okay? Oh yeah. You're also going to get to see the reward of the wicked. Right? That's why you have to endure. Oh, we're going to get to see it. Right? Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High Yahweh, thy habitation. So you keep on making Yahweh your habitation and your refuge. Right? And he's got you. He's got you as long as you cleave to him. Right? And we can go to that. When it says, only with the eye shall behold and see the reward of the wicked, go to Revelations. Baba Kisha. Go to Revelation 15. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels, right? And it says, Baba Kasha, having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up with the wrath of the Most High. So we're letting us know the angels, they control of the plagues. Yahushua has given them permission over the plagues, destruction, and different events that happen upon earth. Even when you see a fire, when you see a car crash, when you see someone fall over, that's an angel that's doing these things, right? When you see a volcano, that's an angel, right? If you didn't know, there's angels orchestrating a lot of the things that we see and happen on earth. And it says, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High, right? So the wrath of the Most High, even the nuclear war, it says in what, Jeremiah, Revelation 7, they're holding back the wind, and Jeremiah 51. What's that wind? That wind is the wind of them ICBMs, right? Because the angels also do control the minds of people as well. Okay. Oh yeah. And it says, Baba Kasha. And I saw, right? And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, right? Mingled with fire. Okay. Sea of glass. Okay. So again, that sea of glass, what would that represent? The outer layer of the atmosphere with the elect would be upon in the heavenly realm. And they were watching the destruction of Babylon America from the heavens, right? A sea of glass mingled with fire. So what was the fire, right? The fire was what? The ICBM missiles hitting different parts of the earth, right? And it says, and them that have gotten victory over the beast. Whew. Whew. And when you go to Revelations, you know what? John Revelation talks about those that have the victory, right? Over the beast. Right? And over his image. So it's already been written. It's already been written who would have the victory. And over his image, his way of life. And over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. Wow, this is exciting. Having the harps of the Most High, singing, praising Yahweh Shai and the Heavenly Father Yahweh, continually. And he sing the song of Moses, the servant of the Most High, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works. Lord Yahweh Shai, power almighty, just and true are thy ways, O King of saints. Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, power, and glorify thy name? For only art thou holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee. Right? For thy judgments are made manifest. And after that I looked, and behold, temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was opened. Right? So, man, it's going to be beautiful. And the 7 angels came out of the temple, having the 7 plagues, clothed in pure and white linen, which represents the purity, the righteousness of the saints, and having their breasts girded with golden girdles. And one of the 4 beasts, right, gave unto the 7 angels, right, 7 golden vials full of wrath for the Most High, who liveth forever and ever. Okay. And it says, Baba Kishah, and the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of the Most High, from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were fulfilled. So nobody was able to actually enter into that temple, the holy temple, the heavenly temple, until these plagues are fulfilled. And that's indicative of the kingdom, right? None of us are going to enter into the kingdom until these prophecies are fulfilled. And the 7 plagues represent the 7 vials. What's the 7 vials? Oh no, it's trumpets. But why are they blowing the trumpet? Why were they blowing the trumpets? Because when that trumpet is blown, it's a sign of destruction. Let's go. Right? So you have 7 plagues, which are going to be what? Poured up upon America and different parts of the earth. Okay? So there is light at the end of the tunnel. Right? So let's go back to Psalms 91. Did we finish that off? Psalms 91. And 8. Only with the eyes shall behold and see the reward of the wicked. So we're going to see that with our own eyes, because that has made the Lord Yahushua, which is my refuge, even the Most High their habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague. This is heavy how this links up. Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. So the plagues that the angels are going to pour out, you've been doing what we're supposed to be. You're going to be all right. You're going to be fine, right? And it says, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion. And the lion is Esau, by the way. Right? And the adder. Right? Key thing. And the adder. Excuse me a minute if I sound like I'm speaking funny. I just got my mouth covered because you got these planes going past. And we know what they're doing as well. If you look up what they're doing, a new experiment where they're dropping little nanoparticles. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're dropping little nanoparticles on you as well, so they can easily read people and trace people. That's another tactic that what they're using. And chemtrails, right? This is why Yahushua, we're waiting for Yahushua to come back, right? So excuse me if it sounds like I'm speaking funny or mumbling. I just got something covering my mouth. Right? Okay. And it says, Babakashah, Babakashah, thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder and the young lion, and the dragon shall thou trample under feet. Right? What's the dragon? Dragon representative of this kingdom, the beast. Right? And just a tip, you know when you have the car speeding past could be morning, could be daytime. You know what that is? That's the beast. That's the dragon. The dragon's known for what? Its ferocity, its anger. So don't feed the beast. Have you ever realized when you stop feeding the beast, paying attention, the beast goes away? And the beast is ferocious, right? Don't feed the beast. That's another lesson which I want to go into. We might shut off here. I think we're going to shut off here. Verse 14, because thou has set his love upon me. Who? Yahweh Shai. Right? Therefore I will deliver him and I will set him on high because he have known my name. He shall call upon me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. So these are words of promises. This ain't made up. These are promises. So do we believe this or not? There ain't no time for half stepping. Right? I want to go into my next lesson now. Right? We're going to shut off on this. Lord, when this was edifying. Until the next time, shalom.